they killed that horse. No, they killed not horse. Sorry, they killed.
It is like a finger pointing away to the moon.
One. So, welcome to Joe's Dojo. It's a funny podcast.
Hi.
Today we're with my friend. She's from Kazakhstan, and we know each other in my hometown Zhengzhou. And she's artist. Also, she's an engineer. So, Asim, why don't you say hello to everybody, and we're gonna start the topic we're gonna cover about.
Yeah, hello everyone. Greetings
Okay.
from Astana.
Yeah, because Asana, I've been to Asana once, and gave me the impression is like a pyramid, like alien planet or something. But yeah, so today we're going to talk about another topic I think people will be very interested in. It's uh, it's about the food, and it's very popular in Kazakhstan, not just Kazakhstan, the country, and also in China, Xinjiang region, our Chinese Kazakhs also eat that every week. So, because I hang out with a lot of fighters, and it doesn't matter where they are, they always somehow they will get that. They will eat that every weekend. Okay, so the food is horse meat. So we're gonna go through a few topics about the horse meat, the benefits of horse meat, and also history of the horse meat eating in Kazakhstan. So, Azim, could you tell us like when and why in Kazakhstan or in Kazakhstan culture people started to eat horse meat?
Well, as you know, since ancient times, Kazakh people are nomadic, and horse, first of all, was a friend and transport. And then it it was always at hand, walking nearby, and nomads always had way more horses that actually they needed, because some of them went to a plate.
Right. So that's and also let's talk about the benefit of eating horse meat because myself, I've had horse meat a couple times. I think two
Mhm.
time in China and including one time in with the fighters. Another time when I went to Xinjiang and Urumqi, they had me to eat horse meat as well. So the best horse meat was in Astana, your hometown. It was in 2017. We were there for the World MMA Championship. So they really, really recommend us to eat horse meat, and the fatter, the better, and horse meat sausage. So, what's the benefit of horse meat? I know, and then we're gonna get down to the topic and how often you should eat it. So, what's the benefit of it?
Okay, first of all, it's tasty, but horse meat is easier to digest, and furthermore, it has an effect of warm, like you're drinking alcohol or something, um, because the climate in Kazakhstan differs from its parts. For example, in the northern part, the temperature can be below 45 degrees.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and also horse meat does not contain urea, like in beef, uh, and horse fat also does not have cholesterol like in pork, beef, and lamb.
Right.
Um, yeah, and it is um, rich in protein and perfect, and it has perfect balance of amino acid as well.
Yeah, sure. Because I'm sure one, at least one of the times that I had horse meat, that was after a raging hangover from the night before. So that, and my friend recommended me to just eat the fatty part. The fatter, the
Mhm.
better. So I got a fatty part, really, really charges me, really give me energy. So for the fighters and for the tradition they have. So is that common that people from Kazakhstan were even Kazakhs in China? So do they have to eat that every week, or it's like I don't know if I don't know if it's a have to or it's a culture thing.
It depends on families. For example, my family, we eat it like 3 times a week, but I have some relatives. They eat horse meat like every day, instead of every kind of meat. They don't eat chicken, they don't eat beef, they eat clear horse meat, and this is kind of crazy.
Yeah, so I remember there was one time was kind of funny story because you and also another friend Medina were talking about some like rabbit or something, and you're like, "Oh, rabbit is so cute, you know, why you eat rabbit?" And your friend is like, "Come on, you eating horse meat." So
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, I mean, I just see those fighters. They eat that every week, and every
Mhm.
Sunday they will somehow they will find I don't know if because I heard that they call their parents or friends. They mail them the horse meat and they just keep it in the fridge for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yes, and I would like to tell you about our. We have a tradition called sobam, and this with an arrival of winter, every family stock up on half of a horse and eat it during the whole winter. And
Wow.
that's why, yeah, in my house we have three refrigerators because we eat meat a lot.
Wow. Well, eating meat is a good thing, and also I think the people from Kazakhstan or from that region, you balance your diet really well. You eat a lot of meat for sure, and also you eat a lot of good vegetables and fruits, and also you want to keep that fruits and vegetables raw, right? You don't like to overcook them. Like in China, we basically in China we cook everything almost, right?
Yeah, but I cannot say that we have a healthy nutrition here. I think we steam vegetables, everything really, really well. For example, to open the horse meat taste, you need like 2 hours of steaming it.
Yeah. And well, another thing is about eating things raw because I've only had those cooked, right? Like a horse meat sausage. So and also I heard in Europe, maybe Italy, some places they eat the raw horse meat, like they eat the minced horse
Wow.
meat. So do you eat anything raw in Kazakhstan?
Um, no, but I've seen some videos like in Japan, people are doing it, eating raw horse meat in sashimi. But no, we don't make it here.
Yeah, and because I've had some raw meat. I mean, besides fish, we all like sushi and sashimi, but the thing is about meat
Yeah.
is another thing. And myself, I have the experience of when I was in Korea in 2016, I believe. My friend, who is also the team leader of China's as national team coach, Mr. Jiang. He's he's Chinese Korean, and he has his relatives in Korea actually having a cow farm, right? They have cows,
Mhm.
so they have good quality of beef. And also in Korea, they have a big culture of eating raw beef sashimi. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. They killed that horse. No, they killed not horse. Sorry, they killed the cow about like very early in the morning, 3 or 4 a.m. And also they take a long time to cut the meat, to slice the meat
To
and all.
butcher it, yeah.
And but what we basically we had that for lunch. They just have chunks of meat, very fresh meat, put in the fridge, and the dipping sauce was really simple. The dipping sauce was sesame oil mixed with salt and black pepper.
Mhm. Yeah, that's pretty easy.
Yeah. So another thing is, for the horse meat, I would say the horse meat diet, a special diet. And so do you have that the most in breakfast or lunch or dinner?
Of course, not for breakfast, but if there are some leftovers, it's okay. We have a dish called besbarmak. It literally means five fingers because people used to eat it with hands. This dish is a symbol of unity, and so we mostly cook it for dinner when everyone's back from work, and we also can invite some people like close friends or relatives, and this this tradition presents togetherness, I think.
Wow. Wow, that's very impressive. And also, because I see all the fighters they eat it, and also after I got to know you, and of course you're telling me a lot of things about the horse meat diet. But for age, is it good for babies, or what age a baby can start eating horse meat?
As soon as baby's teeth are ready to this kind of food, so it's um, in average it's 8 months.
Well, 8 months. Wow, wow. But another thing I realized that because I used to think, okay, in Kazakhstan, a lot of people are Muslims. They follow a very special diet. You don't eat any pork or anything. But actually, after I know you, you told me actually in Kazakhstan there's a variety of people. It's not everyone is like a very strict. You have to like eat pure Muslim diet, right?
Yes, exactly. It's, I think, every people's choice. So, for example, me, I'm not that religious at all. And I know we have plenty of nations living here and a lot of religions. A Kazakh person can be, I don't know, Christian, it can be a Buddhism, I don't know, anything.
Yeah, because I've been to Kazakhstan once, and I don't feel any difference because in Kazakhstan you got people look like me as well. You look at and other people you look like Europeans, and some people can have like really dark skin. And actually, I search on history. Actually, there were actually Africans to Kazakhstan in history, right?
Oh, I don't know this fact, but we have some people here, but I think they mostly work here.
Oh yeah. So another thing is, what's the best way and most popular way to cook the horse meat? Because the ones I had was mostly sausages, and they all like pushing me to eat the fatty part. So two questions. So what's the most popular way, and what's the most popular way, like for home cooking, right? In Kazakhstan,
Mhm.
horse meat. Another thing is, it, do you prefer fatty or lean meat?
Fatty.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, because my friend he told me that you have to eat the fatty part, so that was really good. And I posted a video about like last week, and I was just grabbing a very big piece of a horse fat, and it just a slice of onion. That was so good. And
Yeah, classic butterbrot here.
yeah, and also I realized that because I'm a big fan of the fatty meat because even it doesn't matter it's lamb or beef or pork or horse meat. I really love the fatty part. Another thing is I really want to try, but I don't know if I will have a chance, is to try the whale. In the yeah, the whale fat. Yeah, because I saw some videos in how to say, in Alaska, the people they just dip
Mhm.
the whale fat in the soy sausages, eat it that way. So that looks very good. But which tells, in places like a very northern places, the weather can be really cold, right? And also I heard
Mhm.
the people, the Eskimos, they carry some. They don't carry a lot, but they can just carry some of that whale fat. They can last them for a long time.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, today's episode is talking to Sam about this very special topic and about horse meat, and hopefully everyone will enjoy it. And because English is my second language and also Sam's second language, so we're happy we're happy that we got to speak English, but mine is not is far from like real podcast quality, but Azam gives very good information. But the thing is, Azam mentioned a couple of the dishes, and we will try our best to get the pictures and also the name, so people and you guys can Google it, YouTube it, and hopefully that one day you will travel to Kazakhstan and enjoy the horse meat yourself. So thank you everybody, and thank you again to Azam.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, I wish everyone will try this horse meat because I really recommend it, especially in a smoked way or steamed way, anything. It's good.
Oh, right, right. The sorry, Asem actually didn't answer my question, right? She just answered just now. So smoked it, right? Smoked it. I was like something was missing. So you can smoke the horse meat, right? So you prefer slow cooking, right? More than like a
Uh,
steak, you just burn it like really fast and then you eat it.
yeah, there is a story actually. If you have time, I can tell about it. But yeah, if we only have time.
Yeah, we have time. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a story about how about the dish is called meat in a poor people style. So poor people have been stealing horses from riches, and they had to butcher the horse instantly after they steal it,
Right.
and dig a hole and stuff meat inside the stomachs, horse stomachs, and bury it inside the into holes, bury it there with coals, burning coals, and smoke it for hours and hours.
Okay.
And
Wow.
when peace, yes, and when peace of riches came to their settlement, they couldn't find anything. And I tried to cook it like 1 month ago or 2 months ago. Um, Honestly, I didn't steal any horse. I just bought the meat. And in summary, I can say that I totally recommend this way of cooking because the meat had really nice smoked taste.
So you have the so let's say the original way was to cut the horse the stomach open and to take the gut out, right? Take all the
Yes.
guts out and then replace with the how to say the coals, right? Where where
Um,
where is
yes.
well, okay. So you actually you put you put the cones inside of the stomach, no?
Yes. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, because you know what, in China, there's a very similar way of cooking. We have a dish called a beggar's chicken, right? We have like a
Mhm.
叫花鸡. It's some like it's still about stealing the chicken. So the original story was a beggar, and he steals the chicken, and there's no pot or any fancy like kitchen stuff to cook it, right? So he just wrap it. So he wrapped the chicken in mud. No, he wrapped the chicken in some like a big like lotus leaves and then covered with mud, and he buries it, and then just
Yeah, because mud is not burning chicken.
get a fire above. It's basically it's also like a burying cooking that way. So it's also like a slow cooking.
Yes.
Yeah. So recently I figured out a way to cook was it's pretty good. I called it like wrap and steam because I just wrap everything, I season everything well, and I just wrap it with a foil because people use the foil paper to for how to say for barbecue more, right? But I just wrap it, and then I just steam it. So I think that way actually steaming way cooks faster than barbecue because barbecue, I don't know, because I found out the barbecue is the open fire is it doesn't really cook that fast. Like if I steam some chicken wings or I steam some like a chicken thighs, I can just steam it for like 20 minutes. But for barbecue, it's really hard to control the level of heat. So so what we are
Yeah.
talking about? Horse meat? No. All right.
Slowly went to chicken.
Yeah. So yeah, actually, we can talk more. It's the podcast idea of since I know so many friends all over the world, and what's the best connection to connect everybody? I would say it's music and food, right? So and food especially because there's one thing really fascinating is because I realized because ancient times the people there are a lot of how to say there's a lot of people uh, travel. Actually, people were traveling much more than we think in ancient times, and I found out some of the cuisines in Central America is so similar to Central China. So there's another theory that about like 2 or 3 thousand years ago, right after the Shang Dynasty, there's a tribe moved to Central America. So there's a long story, and we can get to that, in future episodes. But we majorly want to talk about food. So we here want to say thank you again to Asim, and yeah, hopefully this pandemic thing will be over, and we can see each other soon, and we can really have like a face to face chat because I have all the equipment and do a real podcast. Um,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, I learned all the setup. You know, I just learned all the setup in last month, so it's really hard to stay in one place for a couple of months by yourself. Not by yourself, you're with your
Of
family,
course.
but still. So yeah, I mean, we want to say thank you again, and stay tuned for future episodes. This is Joe's
Okay.
Dojo, and this episode is about horse meat in Kazakhstan.